Welcome. Thanks for listening. General disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed within our program are the thoughts of our TAC members and do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of Marvin Memorial Library as an organization.
Oh, I have to go next?
Yes, it's in the list.
We're going to be really bad at this. Okay, so I am Jamie. Most of you might know that. I am our children's and teen librarian, and I coordinate all of our TAC activities. Therefore, I am the grown-up in the room when they do ridiculous things, which happens more often than not. And I'm also kind of supposed to keep them on topic for this, but we're going to see how well that works because I did an alphabet book and story time yesterday, and it took me twice as long as every other book because I kept getting distracted. So my ability to stay on topic is real bad.
Okay.
Hey!
My name's Hannah. I'm the TAC president. I just kind of do what Jamie tells me to do. I come up with ideas just like everyone else, and I kind of direct when Jamie's not here.
I'm Amber. I am the secretary for TAC. I do the minutes. I'm supposed to keep track of attendance. That doesn't happen that often. And
with everything going on, we're not really
attendance
super in person, and we're not really doing. Under normal circumstances, when we were here in person all the time, attendance would be a more important thing.
I do minutes.
That's important.
Yeah, I do minutes all the time. Other activities? Is that supposed to be like other things we do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Introduce yourself. What else do you do?
I'm a dancer. I dance at the Y. I do point and contemporary. In the past, I've also done tap and jazz. I sing in chamber choir over at Shelby High School. I'm in student council. I'm a junior. We'll start with the age, too. I also take classes over at OSU for CCP students, which is College Credit Plus.
I didn't give one of those. Should I do that?
Yeah. Introduce yourself a little better.
Well, take two. I like to read books. I'm also in student council. I'm in symphonic band. I'm in academic challenge.
Awesome.
I do nerdy things. And I like to do crafts, too.
We're also both in theater.
Yeah, that's fun. I'm so excited for
I am
next time we
too.
do something. Okay, what's TAC working on? Well, currently at
This is the first time we've done this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We maybe want to tell them what TAC is.
Oh,
Okay,
TAC. The way I explain it to all my friends is that it's basically student council for the library.
It stands for Teen Advisory Council.
So yeah, that's a good description.
We
I like that.
basically just advise activities, come up with things.
We plan everything.
More than we should.
Everything.
And when we're in person, we do a lot of activities and events, and we still do some online, but definitely in person is favored.
Yeah, we plan all of the summer stuff that happens. We do that.
Yeah, like the
We're
at the
children's
teen level, not so much the children's level.
Yeah, not the children's level. No.
We also have an Instagram. It's at MMTeens.
Yes.
We post all of our activities there, and you can participate in polls and different challenges, like our doodle contest. I think this month's theme is ocean.
Oh, yeah.
It is oceans, yes.
Oh, and it's and there's also costume contest, and this month's theme's pirates.
Pirates. Be creative. Doesn't take much. Almost every April, we hold something called Artsy April, where
It's
teens
talent show.
Yeah,
But we don't
teens
call
can
it a
display
talent
their
show because the
talents.
middle school does a talent show, and if you call it a talent show, the high schoolers won't do it.
You can do
That's a couple of years
anything.
old, so it might not be true, but that's why we called it Artsy April.
We used to do, well, we still currently do book club, but if you're in the book club, we're going to be suspending that until we can get back in person, just because it was going ucky a little bit.
And most of our activities, everyone's welcome, grades 7 through 12. But we're working on suspending book club right now because the participation is low because it is online. But when we are back in person, just come anytime.
Fun fact, it's really hard to have conversations over Zoom all at once.
That's not fun. Okay. We also do something called Writers and Artists Club, where you can come and Jamie will give you either like a prompt or something to write or a game. The participation in that was pretty good when we were in person. All of our activities are things that we think teens would enjoy, and most of the time they do.
Because it's for teens by teens.
I like that.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's a lot of freedom. I think you two gotta talk louder because
Do you need me to talk
I'm making a lot of like really good vibrations on that thing, and you guys aren't. And I don't know if that means you're not gonna be able to hear you or not. So just like
Alright.
talk like
Well,
Jamie.
I
we can
talk
kind of
like
go back
Jane.
and forth, but let's have
Yeah,
a
that's better.
conversation about current events.
Oh.
New
Now
books.
wait just a minute here. Did we really talk? Like you people wanted this to last half an hour.
Well,
You
we're
were
gonna go
at
back and
5
forth.
We were
Jamie,
minutes.
We're gonna go back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever works for you. I just
Okay.
just saying, like
So-
if you breeze through it, this thing's only gonna be.
All right.
Well,
New
let's
books
talk
here?
about how our day was today. How was your day today, Hannah?
Moving on. How was your day, Amber?
I cried a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty much the typical life. of us.
Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. Good
That's
song.
so good.
I'm gonna plug it.
I think every teen listens to that right now.
I cry to it a lot.
Me
I
too.
also listen to, I think it's called Wellerman. It's a sea shanty that I listen to.
Why?
Because it's fun.
Okay. What other songs do people like right now?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm a
Definitely.
bad person to ask that because I think what I've been listening to on Pandora is like 80s and 90s stuff and musicals.
That's because you're a boomer.
I am not a boomer. I'm a millennial.
She's a boomer.
I listen to a lot of the Arctic Monkeys,
Oh, that's a good band.
King Princess, Girl in Red. I think a lot of teens kind of listen to that.
I-
or like
oh.
Olivia, whatever.
Rodrigo. Taylor Swift's new album.
Yes. it's
Evermore.
So good.
Oh, that's so
Have
good.
Did you watch her biography on Netflix?
No.
Oh, you have to
Biography?
do that. It was like well, not quite a biography,
Documentary.
biography, but
Did
it was
Shawn Mendes just have
documentary.
one?
Yeah, maybe I don't
They
know.
have so many conspiracies on her new album. I think they're all really interesting.
Uh-huh. Isn't there like another one, like that she's dropping a third one coming in like
Yes.
March or something?
That would be so cool. I love
Well,
her
I mean,
music.
we've all been in quarantine. What else is there to do except come up with new crap?
It kind of
Nope.
reminds me of like cottagecore.
No Body, No Crime. Good song right there. I expect my best friend to do what she did if that situation ever occurs.
Does the title of that, like, does the actual song go with the title of that? Because I kind of really like that.
Yes, it does.
Jamie, how was
It's-
your day?
Mine did pretty good. We had a staff meeting, so like a little
That's so boring.
No,
a little bit, but I mean, mostly pretty good.
No Body, No Crime is about it's about a couple, and the husband cheats on his wife and kills his wife to end up with his mistress, and then the wife's best friend kills her husband, and then
You sure this isn't a
blames
soap opera?
then
It
blames
kind of reminds
both
me of
deaths
Hamilton.
Or that?
then
that would be
blames
fun.
both the deaths on the mistress.
Oh.
And gets away with it too.
That's fun.
Ooh. Okay.
I maybe shouldn't use the word fun when talking about murders, but that's
Let's talk
fun.
about books now.
You want to talk about books? I have a whole cart. You want me to
Okay.
get the cart, the brand
Sure.
new ones?
What
So
book,
first, let's
what
talk-
book were you reading today?
I was reading two different ones, but when you saw me in student council this morning, I was reading A Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds, the graphic novel version. It's so good. Jamie's yelling like she always is.
That's on this cart.
It's so good. You should read it. Like, it's so easy to go through because it's a graphic novel, but the normal one's written in verse
have that.
anyways. I am reading it. Look,
Do we-
this,
Do we have my book on Friday?
and it's
I
his
don't know. This is
conversation.
what's brand new for this month,
Ah.
which is actually a pretty
In an
nice
elevator?
selection of things.
It'll, this
There's a
dying
couple
with
more-
you
It's so
tonight
good.
looks
It's-
really good to
I'm
me.
not dying with you tonight.
Oh,
I
not-
think Alexis
oh.
might have recommended that one.
She did.
but
She
I
bought it
don't.
when she was with Slade. I have it, and it's
When is
really
she
good.
not with Slade?
Okay, what book are you reading?
I'm currently reading, and I don't have much time to read because like 7 classes. Besides all the college textbooks, I'm reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder.
I
Yeah.
read that
That's a
I-
good title. Why do I know that title?
because we have it.
Yeah, that'll probably do it.
What are you reading right now?
I'm reading a book.
Whoa.
I know, amazing, right? I'm reading The Residence. It's by Kate
Yes.
somebody
I'm Kate.
something
I don't know.
Bowser
Yeah.
Bauer.
It was a
something.
Reese Witherspoon book club pick.
She also wrote First Women. It's a kind of like collective biography on the modern first wives, like Eisenhower-ish to Obama, and that one was really, really good. So I bought The Residence like a year and a half ago and haven't had a chance to read it. I started it Sunday, so it's actually really interesting. It's all about like the White House and the history and the behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on that you don't necessarily hear about.
So these are the new books for this one.
These are the January ones.
Well, this one is so good. Okay, So this author right here, Amber Smith, I follow her on
I'm
Instagram, and I read one of her books. I can't remember the name of it, but I posted a review on it, and she commented and liked it and reposted it.
Wow, that's so
She-
cool.
She is really good, and I think this one's like romance. I think I asked you to get this.
I think so.
It's
Half my
really
books are
good,
ones
so
that
if
do
you're
This
at
is
the
that.
about Ruth
library.
Bader Ginsburg.
Definitely check it out.
I don't know how to read. Can you?
Just sit her on the bench.
I
She's
can't
so
read.
good. I was really sad when she died, and
I
I
cried.
She's actually got. If you read into any of her biography stuff, her life is really very interesting.
I
Like-
watched her. They made a movie on her.
Oh,
a
I
couple
have
years.
that on my list. I never did. I never did get around to watching it. I might have to do
It
that.
was
If
it was
it's-
midnight on a
it's
plane
just-
back from California. I was bored.
It's
It
like
was what
whether
I
you
watched.
agree with her politically or not. Like she had such an
Exactly.
interesting life.
Mhm.
One that should be like memorial because
Yeah,
she's
she's
great.
done so many
Wasn't
things to
she
the,
one of,
for
like,
the
the first
advancement of
women?
other people.
Wasn't she
Yeah,
one of
like-
the first women to graduate from Harvard? I think it was.
The second. I
Second,
think.
like
one of the first.
Oh,
What movie? What
can I talk about this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I read this like 2 or 3 books ago, and it's so good. They're two girls from 2 complete different backgrounds, racially, like home-wise, everything, and they.
I know we're doing the video and the audio, but maybe we should mention titles and or authors when
Yeah.
we do this. Just so that the audio knows it's not
Okay.
just like what's going on, because we just keep saying this book.
Oh, okay. Well, it's "I'm Not Dying with You Tonight" by Kimberly Jones and Jilly Siegel.
There you go.
And they're from 2 complete different backgrounds, racially, like in their homes, and they find themselves together one night because for more reasons than one, and they have to stay together the whole night because they've grown to like each other, and it's really good, and it takes place in one night, which I really like, and it reminds me of, like, The Sun Is Also a Star in that aspect. So if you like that, you should read this.
And it's got a recommendation on the back by Angie Thomas, who did the Hate You Give and On the Come Up. So I mean, it can't be too bad.
It was really good.
I just
I really want to read this one, but I probably will never get around to it. It's Liar, Temptress, Soldier, Spy by Karen Abbott about
So many titles.
4 women undercover in the
Oh.
Civil War. So it's like women spies. I find them fascinating. They were always getting away with stuff that because men thought they couldn't do it.
I love the way you said that.
That's my favorite kind of thing.
honestly, I think that's why
Actually-
a lot of murders still go unsolved right now.
Power to
And
the women.
honestly, if you happen to do story times with Miss Jamie ever, when we do incorporate the picture book biographies and stuff, I do a lot of women who did things.
Mhm.
Mostly because somebody told them they couldn't.
Ooh,
I strive to be like that
I
in
order
my
a
life.
lot of books from Book Outlet. You can get really cheap books on there.
Yeah,
Well, I
don't
ordered
use that
so
one.
I ordered some books with the gift card you got us for Christmas
Oh,
from
fun.
Barnes and Noble, and 2 of them haven't come because one of them was the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and then the other ones I got were We Are Liars and 5 Total
We Were
Strangers.
Liars. The
We
plot
were.
twist in that, crazy. It's
have
notorious.
that here.
Well, I didn't know that, and I wanted and I need to get books,
It's
and then
notorious for its plot twist, and let me tell you, it changes the entire perspective of the book. It made me angry though. It's a stupid plot twist, but definitely worth reading it.
and 5 Total
I didn't read it, I
Strangers.
can't say.
I'm excited to read 5 Total Strangers because it's literally what it is. 5 Total Strangers all
Yeah.
have to get in a car to go somewhere. I'm very excited to read that one because I would never get in a car with people I don't know. But
I don't
no,
get
they
into
look.
cars with people I do know.
That's fair.
I just got in the car with Amber. So.
It's- I'm not that bad of a driver. I only failed my driver's test once.
I feel like you shouldn't tell people that.
Just disregard that last segment. Okay, do you want to kind of transition out of books now? And
But
talk
they
about-
lost my books. No, that was why I pulled it up. They lost my stuff in transit.
Like they lost it, or it
It's
just hasn't gotten
supposed to
here
be
yet?
here January 1st. It's the 20th.
Well, I mean, I know there for a while the post offices were really backed up because
That's why I'm kind of like.
because they had like normal holiday rushes on top of the fact that everybody's doing everything online because of COVID.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like waiting a little bit longer than I'm like next month. I'll call them and be like, "Hey, what happened here?"
Okay.
So are we done with
I think so.
Yeah,
We have constant new books coming in. I think every month. Is that
every
right?
month? Yes.
And
And
they're-
we get to pick them out
yeah.
actually.
Most of them are recommended by teens.
Yeah,
So.
and we. I think on Instagram we're gonna start doing
Polls.
like what we recommend.
Yes,
Yeah.
TAC favorites and
Ooh,
things.
we
We're
should
gonna
start
start in
asking
on that.
Instagram what they want to see. and what
Yeah.
they-
Definitely.
We can add that to the list. Somebody write that down.
I don't.
Okay. So we were talking about like January, the new year. I'll talk about well, I don't necessarily believe in New Year's resolutions because I think any time is a good time to change yourself. But
I have trouble keeping like actual real resolutions.
Mhm.
I think if you just kind of like commit to make like one small change, that's easier to do than to say I'm going to do this really big thing, or I'm going to lose 20 pounds, or I'm going to
I
like,
have
just
actual
quickly
New Year's.
die out. It's like a sugar high.
exactly.
But I feel like some of them can be like really fun, especially if they're like, I don't want to say stupid ones because I don't think there's anything such thing as a stupid resolution. If you want to do something, you should do it. And one of my resolutions is to watch all the Marvel movies this year.
That's actually
Well,
really
see,
good.
that's a like
Mine-
small digestible. You could do that.
Mine
I
is
wouldn't.
similar.
I don't
I
think
get confused
I know
halfway
I
through,
know
but-
what happens at the end because I'm on the internet and I'm not ready for it. And I know mentally I'm not.
Yeah, no, that was
Mine-
kinda
I
awful.
watched Captain America for the first time. I cried the
We did that
entirety
one
of the end.
summer, a couple,
Oh, it was
well,
so
quite a
bad.
few years ago now.
It was really
a
good.
teen like
Bad.
summer movie thing. We did like 2 or 3 Captain America, I think it was 2 Captain Americas.
Can I talk about my resolution now?
You can now. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm very interrupting.
So this year I wanted to make it my goal to read more books, and I read a lot already, but this year I've actually done pretty well. I think I'm on my 8th book of the year right now, and it's January 20th. I do have to say, books written
I
in
started
verse
one.
and audiobooks definitely help with that, and I'm just making
one
more
a month.
time in general. I had a couple more, but that was the big one.
Oh no, I made plenty because like I noticed the changes that I've made in my life since March, just going into quarantine. Like I've kind of had a whole perspective change since we started quarantine, and then I realized like I can genuinely change my life in like a year or something.
It's
just
crazy
putting
how
my
quickly you can do that.
yeah, and like one
And
of
how little it actually takes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you always think it takes a lot, but
and
it
it
doesn't.
it doesn't like I had a bunch of New Year's resolutions. One of them was starting to use my planner more, so that because I want better time
Nice.
management, and I actually
I've been doing pretty
that.
good at that with mine.
Yeah.
I mean, I always start the year pretty good. And just be like, ask me again in April.
Yeah.
Use your planner more.
Another one I had was to just have like a routine at night. And that hasn't gone very well. But like it's just making like it's just like a goal I want to change by the end of the year. So it's not like
Yeah.
I have to do it all right now.
Routines
It's all
are important, and you can continuously work on
Yeah.
those.
like it's just like all my goals
And
are.
they do say that it takes 30 days to make a
Mhm.
habit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to actually put in the effort
Yeah.
consistently. I have trouble with that. You have to like
Mhm.
being consistent with it
Definitely.
so that it sticks in your routine.
Yeah.
And
that-
small changes can help too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's what I've started. Like that, like all the goals I have for this year, I want to have done by the end of the year. But it doesn't necessarily mean I have to start at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And it's just
Mhm.
I want to just slowly change aspects of my life because like I don't have time to be doing this in college. I gotta get it done now.
You see, that's some pretty smart forward planning and good thinking. Like, I
Because like
So-
one of them's to get like a healthy just like exercise and like because like we're students, we don't
Yes.
sit in the couch all day.
I've
Yeah.
been trying to do more of that too.
You've been walking
I
on the
actually,
treadmill.
I did, yes, I bought a treadmill, which sounds like the dumbest thing ever because I
It's
don't
not
do
dumb.
anything. But because I have it at home in my basement and I can watch like Netflix on my phone while I
Could
walk,
read while you walk.
I could do that. I could do
Safely.
audiobooks. I could do, there are things
Yeah.
I could do while I'm doing it so I feel like I'm not wasting time.
That was a
See,
good
And I
adult
don't have to
purchase.
go outside and I don't have to go to the gym. I don't want to
See-
go where there are other people.
See,
and
yeah.
outside is only nice in nice weather.
See, that's the opposite for me. If it's at my house, I'm less likely to do it because it's there. And like I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll do that later. Oh, I'll do that later. But if I force myself to like get, and then I can also like work myself out of doing less, out of doing more. And so like if I actually go say okay, and I go and I drive to the gym, I'm actually gonna go into the gym and do what I plan to get done because then I'm like
Yeah.
I'm already there. I might as well
But then
do
there's
it
the
full.
aspect of people, like Jamie
Yeah, see,
mentioned.
I don't want to do it where there are other people.
Okay, so
Which
speaking
was
of
my whole thing,
the
which
new
is kind
year,
of weird, but
like New Year's resolutions, what do you guys think about it being 2021 right now?
I graduate next year, and it's kind of like freaking me out a little bit right now because I've always been like, oh wow, I'm gonna graduate in 2022, and that's coming up real quick.
it is actually. I find it's one of those things that people say that you don't realize until you get older.
Yeah.
Is that like the days go slow, but the years go fast?
Yeah.
And I think
could
that
get
that's actually rather. It's actually really true because like middle of the day I'm like, oh my god, this is never gonna end, and then the next thing you know, like it's. I mean, it feels
3
like,
weeks later.
feels like we've had the same day for almost a whole year now, but like for like 9 months we've had the same day over and over and over and over again.
Well,
But it's actually like we are moving forward. We are doing different things. We are.
with it being
Yeah.
2021, I'm just glad 2020 is over.
See,
Well, geez, yeah.
I
that is-
had that mindset. Then I kind of just realized that it's
Nothing's changing because the year did.
Yeah, nothing's
Well,
changing
no,
because
but
the
it
year
is
did.
nice to see.
But it's also the perspective you kind of take on the year. This was something I've like really changed since March actually, of my perspective on the world. Of if I want it to be bad, it's going to be bad. If I want it to be good, it's going to be good, and I'm trying to find like the positives in everything.
That's a good idea.
It's hard.
I just
but
hope
sometimes that's.
by the end of this year, things will look like we can look back and say, you know, I had a decent year. Like that's the bare minimum.
You know, as long as you
Well,
survive this year,
I said that in December. I think when I was talking to my sister, I said I just want 2021 to be 1% better than 2020.
It doesn't have to be.
And that's gonna
great,
be like that's.
but-
It sounds like it's a low bar, but I mean, 2020 was such a weird year that like even 1% better is gonna be like this much. It's like it's a lot better.
yeah.
You mentioned graduating soon. Mine feels kind of far away too, but I know
Oh, it
it's
goes
not.
so fast.
I graduate in 24, and that's in 3 years.
So
now.
she's a freshman, I'm a junior, and my take on it is, as looking back, like I'm halfway through my junior year, I haven't actually regretted anything I've done so far,
Really?
because I've always, if I've wanted to do something, I've always done it, because like that's the advice you hear every single year as a freshman is go and do stuff for your school, do what you want, and that's
Yeah.
what I did. I like
I've taken that
Honestly, that's a
advice.
really good idea. Just try stuff because you're never
it
gonna
gets you
know. You're never
places.
gonna
Yeah.
know until you try stuff.
My thing this year,
And so
like,
it's.
I've taken that advice and I can see like what I do, like how it directly affects the school as
Yeah.
a whole, and it's scary how much I can do.
Yeah, it's also just doing things for yourself too, like, and learning when you can do things and when you can't do things,
Mm-hmm.
and not overexerting yourself, but doing stuff and getting involved.
Yeah.
It's changed
And
my
actually,
entire
that's
outlook.
actually a really good thing to practice now while you're at
Yeah.
home with a support system rather than to have to try to learn that on your own.
Don't
when
take
you leave-
7 classes at
When you
once.
leave for college or when you leave the state and you're by yourself, like it's actually really good to do a lot of this stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
getting-
feel like high school is a lot of learning, like not only academically, but like learning about yourself, the world.
It can be, yeah.
And it's overwhelming how much we learn and like how long we're gonna use it for.
I feel like this is the
Mm-hmm.
truest statement I've like ever made. High school is what you make of it. If you want it
Yeah.
to be good and you want it to be good years, that's what's gonna happen. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm really only looking back on my freshman year because sophomore year kind of got derailed towards the end. But my freshman year, like, because I was in FCCLA, I was able to like go to nationals. I was able to do these things,
Yeah.
and like, if I wouldn't have just did like
Sign up.
sign up, made introductions, I wouldn't have ever been able to have these things. And it truly is what you decide to do with it. If you want to stay home all the time and sit there and do
Yeah.
nothing, then you're gonna have
get
a
what you pay
boring
for.
time. Yeah, that's a
Definitely.
good way to say it. You get what you pay for.
Yeah,
Exactly.
honestly, yeah. I hated high school. High school was awful. But I think a lot of that was because I didn't put in a whole lot of effort, especially
Mhm.
with people. I wasn't
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't very good with people.
Well,
and I
now it's
kind of
your job.
and I kind of expected people to like
Put in the effort towards you.
put in the effort in my direction, and when they didn't, I was like, well, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And so like sometimes you really
It's a give
I
and
know
take
it's something
system.
we're all tired of hearing right now, but you really do kind of have to meet in the middle sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you have to
Heard that so many times.
you have to kind of move out of your comfort zone and do stuff, which
It-
I really
yeah.
didn't do until I was in college.
Like, this is my first
So-
year, like, having a really good group of friends, and like that has made the biggest difference.
it really
in my
does
year.
when you can find your people,
I've made so many friends in high
and
school already.
sometimes
it's so
you can
nice.
do that at
When you're
the high school
involved,
level.
is what
and
happens.
sometimes-
Yeah, if you're genuinely like involved in stuff, it's people from all the grades,
Yeah.
and they know you.
I didn't think like going into high school I was like I'm gonna be so lonely. I don't have any friends, and now here I am with upperclassmen just like noticing me in the hallway. It's awesome.
I get really ditzy in the hallway, so no, I don't notice anybody in the hallway.
Okay. Well, high school for me so far has been interesting because of COVID. Oh boy. Well, my first semester classes I didn't have to take finals on, so that was great.
It's gonna suck for your junior and senior year because you're not gonna have them your
Yeah.
freshman or sophomore, and then
Well,
all of a sudden you're
It's like I said, it's been interesting, but I don't know if I would trade it. I mean, I don't necessarily look forward to going to school, but I know that one day I'll look back.
I'm just kind of sad because like I don't know if I'm gonna like I'm thankful because I was lucky enough to be in high school, most of my sophomore and all of my freshman year without having COVID interfere with my life, and I was able to do like homecoming, go to homecoming both years, and like it's kind of sad for me now. I might not have prom, and like I get that it's something weird to say, but like looking back, I know I'm gonna regret not being able to go to that, and I don't have a choice in it really this time.
It is, and that does make a big difference. It's not like it's you by yourself. It's like the entire group is
done. I think,
and there is still time. Maybe by the spring of 22, things will look a little better. This year, no,
they're
not at
thinking
all.
of
But
doing
like
a lot of things when it's warmer outside,
yeah,
which is a good compromise.
I know they're thinking about doing prom in like beginning of June, and some people are like, ew, that's gross. But I'm like, I will take any opportunity to get dressed up and fancy.
In high school, our school year didn't end until like the first week of June anyway.
Really?
Ugh.
Yeah, like June 6th, I think is the day I graduated.
Later?
No, we started the Wednesday before Memorial Day. Because we'd go 3 days and have a 3-day weekend, and then we went 4 days, and then we kind of eased into it. I don't think they do that anymore.
No, we start like 2 or 3 weeks before.
You start early. You start like mid-August.
That's because of finals, because they want to have time to get. Okay, so the last topic we have here is the inauguration.
That did happen
which
today.
is today.
It was, which is a historical thing.
We're gonna avoid talking politics.
Yes,
but this is a historical event, and regardless of how you feel about it, it happened, and it's something current.
It's really historical too because it's our oldest president we've ever sworn into office.
The first female vice president,
which is really cool. I do think that's historically that's going to be good for us.
Not white.
Yeah. Did you see? Joe Biden has appointed several like diverse people in charge. There's been, made a transgender woman.
He's made it look like America.
Yeah, it's definitely diverse, which is great in so many different aspects.
Yeah,
which is something we haven't had like ever.
Which is it's going to be.
I'm excited to see moving forward how that works, how it all goes,
and like what
because like on paper, all of these people sound like they should be good at their jobs.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
It's going to be very interesting to see how different these next 4 years are going to be than the last 4 years. Whether we agreed with President Donald Trump or not, it definitely was a different experience than what we were all used to.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see like the grounds Joe Biden is setting, if those carry on. Like, will there in the future be more diverse people in charge? Will it go back to the same? I wonder what's going to happen after his term.
And the real question is going to be, is he going to run again?
Yeah.
Like, because he's going to be, 82 years old?
I guess that will depend on, like, what he's accomplished. Like, we don't know what's going to happen within the next 4 years.
How he's feeling.
I mean, who could have guessed what was going to happen in the last 9 months, let alone the last 4 years to lead us to this point.
Oh, my goodness. How old will everyone be in the next 4 years?
I'll be 20.
I'll be 19.
Well, 34.
I'll be 20.
Almost 35.
I'll be almost 21. I'll be almost 21, which means I will legally be able to drink. I'm very excited for that one.
I'll be 19, almost 20. That's crazy to think about because 4 years ago for me wasn't that long ago.
4 years ago, I was 12.
Honestly, really,
nope, that was forever ago. That was forever ago in my brain.
I don't want to be 19.
Let's see, 4 years ago would have been 2016, so it would have been before Emily graduated. So we still would have had Emily and Blaze
no one knows
and
who
Bree
Emily is.
And like we would have had like the original TAC
These
people
are
here.
past TAC members that
yeah. So like that would have been that does feel like a really long time ago.
I was in 7th grade. Yeah, no, I'm a completely different person. It's weird to look back and see who you were 4 years ago. I'm a completely different person than I was 4 years ago.
And I think that's good. I think we should all be growing and changing and adapting every year.
It's so
like
important.
at the point where you can say,
I mean, I'm still the same height I was 4 years ago.
Exactly who I was, however long ago.
Well, even
in
the past
really
6 months, we've changed.
Past 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You change every single day. You aren't ever going to be the same person were.
Well, does anyone have anything else they'd like to talk about? Because if not, we could wrap up soon.
Well,
we did hit on all of our main topics. When you were talking about activities and I was monkeying with the computer and stuff, did we mention that like the schedule is on the website if you are interested in any of our activities, and that we do try? I don't always follow my Instagram schedule very well, but I do try to make sure that things get posted there. That's actually probably the best place to find the information about what's going on. So if you do want to get involved and active in things, we are still open to
you can come in anytime to find Jamie while we're still open.
yeah, it's just we're not recruiting new TAC members. Usually we do that all the time,
It's
but
I
just
think next year
right
will
now
be a good
we're a
time.
closed group.
And never hesitate to talk to one of us if you see us.
yeah.
It's really open to anyone, 7 through 12.
Yeah, it's we're all very nice, open. Okay, we're all very people you can come talk to if you have issues. I'm not gonna say exactly nice. Depends on the day you catch
We
us.
don't want to scare you away.
And how well you know us. Sometimes that makes a
Yeah.
difference too.
All right, does
It's
anyone else have anything to say?
Well,
I think we hit all the main points. We had our general disclaimer at the beginning that I thought we might need. We talked about TAC stuff. They know you're our president, you're our secretary. They have, well, half of your face. They can find you if they want to.
this is how we look in school anyway, so we're fine.
So
Yeah.
we talked about
Just look for the
stuff. We
curly
talked
haired
about
redhead.
new books.
Yep.
Other
Alright.
things. I think we did a pretty good job for the first time we
Well,
did this.
Yeah.
Thanks
I mean,
for
we didn't tell
listening.
them what the title was or anything, but that's
We
okay.
don't have a title yet, so we're fine.
Well, it's technically Chatting with TAC podcast.
Oh.
well,
That's
just Chatting with
TAC, yeah, that's what that was the only option we had, and nobody disagreed with it, so that's what we went
I
with.
think it's good.
Alright,
Well,
it's fun.
moral of the story.
Because that's basically what we did. We were
More of the
chatting.
story,
Thank
you're
you for
always
listening.
changing. I feel like we talk about how we're always changing a lot.
Yeah,
Because it's January.
talked about
I feel
a
like
lot
it's an
of-
appropriate topic.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, and tune in next time.
Bye.
Bye.